Anybody out there that thinks these big firm algorithms are running on traditional TA, moving averages, whatever, Fibonacci levels, for crying out loud, man, wake it up. Time to wake up, boys and girls. It's just not happening. They're using that to manipulate people. They're running the distribution. They got everybody else running goofy ass EMAs and SMAs and fib levels. Well, all these YouTube Jennies out there, man, are just misleading people. Hey, is it fun to play traditional TA, draw on charts, have a little coloring book session with all your buddies? Sure, why not? It's worthless though, man. It is absolutely worthless. And we're not knocking people for using it. We're knocking people that are using it, losing money, and not recognizing there's a better way. So yeah, once again. So BTC's data set opened up above the daily range, tested it. Had a nice bounce at about 0500 Eastern Standard Time. Pretty much up to the 4 hour 95 for Laplace right here. Starting to make another run towards the 1SD. It's at a 19.6. That's probably a no-brainer. I mean, it almost hit it. Got within what? $30 earlier. Got within $30 earlier. So we're waiting on SPY to open up. Let's see where. Yep, there we go. So here's the SPY minis. Actually opened up the new day below the weekly range. Went up. Kind of rejected a few times off the center. Liked it in here. Obviously, we can see. I mean, it's just running around. Then early morning, just like Bitcoin. Except the SPY minis, they are at the 1SD, pretty much. They did test it. Boom, boom. And this is why we use this stuff, folks. Got to know where these deviation levels are. The algos sure do. The algos sure do. It gives us points. It just gives us points of reference, right? We know. We want to see what happens at these deviation levels, right? Is it going to reject there? We're going to close some 15-minute candles above the 1SD. Bust through that 68.3 probability and start moving up towards the 95.4 Laplace right here, or the second standard deviation. That being said, I bet NASDAQ minis look identical. Yep. I mean identical. Okay. One more time on SPY. Yeah, it's just creeping. I'm going to leave that on there for the open. Time's at 9:07. Let's go over here on these futures. Okay, and this is on the daily. I almost had some, I mean, any bounce you get off the zero mean is going to be nice little moves. Definitely helps when there's divergence, like right here. All right, boom, perfect bounce. This whole down move back starting on September 12th. We're just building up bull div. Building up bull div on the Z-score returns oscillator. At the end here, all four fishers. Then you get a nice 2-day pop. Boop, boop. What was that? 35.72. I mean, 250 points to the top side. Then flushed it all out. Probably dropped about 300. And here we are again. But yeah, nice daily bounce here on the zero mean. So if that's the daily, you know what? So we did get a new week. Yeah, this bull div on the weekly. All the one fisher's turned up though. One fisher. We're getting the volatility's expanding. And we're already above the weekly 68.3 Laplace. And boys had me drinking Crown Royal yesterday. Football game. I was screaming. Lost my voice, I think. So good. Always fun to hang out with the fam. Brother and the nephews. The youngest too, you obviously. Most times he's like, I don't want to go to the game. I don't want to be with all you drunks. Towards the end, he wasn't having too good of a time. All three of us were picking on him, poking at him and shit. Oh, well, that's what kids are for. Let's see here. So, yeah, the weekly bull div. 3-day. Oh, yeah. I mean, talking about a 3-day chart here. A lot of bull div was building. At some point here, I would imagine. Problem is, as you're setting up this bull div, you're also setting up hidden bear, right? So we'll have to see how this plays out. To get rid of that, I mean, you're gonna need to move back up a 2-day above 441 probably. So it'd be a hell of a move. This is a 3-day. Dude, go lay down, buddy. Go lay down. Let's see, 2-day. Same with the 2-day. Bull div everywhere. Bull div everywhere. We're closing in on the market open. Let's go to the 4-hour now. Short this down. 2 4-hour candles right here. Right? This cleared some people out. Kind of nice. Nice wicks to both sides. Right at the end, it pulls up and just wham, get a nice 4-hour candle. I reckon people not taking their profits, man. At this point, all these markets are acting similar. There's no fucking, especially in the charts. I'm not seeing any separation in volatility between any of these freaking markets. Traditional crypto. I mean, obviously, I think even Forex is making some big moves. Kind of a crazy time right now. And so why, there's a lot of people out there worried about the markets and stuff. What we do here, it takes it all out. You don't need to worry about the markets, right? It doesn't matter. The volatility is going to dictate to us how we're going to be trading, right? Well, everybody's just freaking out about their investments. It's like I'm invested in some things. Are they down? Oh, fuck yeah, they are. Big time. But it's like, it's the market, man. It's the market. We trade low time frame volatility. That's what I've always done, right? At least for the last, almost 5 years now. So take those profits, invest. I was talking to somebody at the freaking game, right? And they were asking me some questions, and I was just like, dude, should be buying right now, man. Could the market go lower? Sure, it could. Do I care? No. Am I buying? Yes. Buy some Bitcoin, man. While we're down here. If you don't know anything about crypto, yeah, look into it. Look into some of these platforms. I never talk about ETH because everybody knows I'm definitely not an ETH backer. Solana, Cardano, Polkadot. Those three have definitely got a nice future. Gotta take some of that Ethereum market share away, which they slowly are, especially when you see it in the NFT space. Let me see. See, yeah, that 4 hour. There's no div. There's no div. I mean, this hidden bowl right here, boom, boom. You get 4 4 hour candles. Pop, 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 pop. Barely any wicks, too. I mean, somebody didn't have a lot of time. They want to trade the 4 hour chart. Do what you do. Take your freaking profit. Take your profit. So if it's on this 4 hour candle, right? Say, and I'm just using this time frame as an example. This could be a 1 minute chart, all right? But just seeing what I'm looking at right here, especially with the current candle Laplace distribution in this 4 hour. I mean, here's the 95 4 up here at 36.88, about 30 more points or something. I would be front running that and taking profit all day long. If you look on the VRE, expired minis. Oh, it's creeping up. Go, baby. Let's see here. Right up here. Boop. 36.88, which is right below the R1 on the daily, right below the bottom of the monthly. All right, this will be interesting right here. And you can see yesterday, right? We just talked about you get this wick right up into the 1SD dump. Where to? 1SD to the downside. That was inside that daily range. Talked about earlier, opened up below the weekly range, went up, started messing around, got real comfortable right here, right, for several hours, probably about 6 hours, and then got up above it, got up above the weekly, had a little clear out here, get these leverage dummies out of here, whap, whap, bounce, whoop. Now we're passing the 1SD as we speak, which is great. Let's go. Let me see. Oh, yeah, that was the end of last week. Okay. Let me get back. BTC, where are you? So, yeah, the Bitcoin and these futures, man, they're all right up here around their 1SD, above the weekly ranges. Their dailies are above the weeklies. I think it definitely, all of them are probably going to go up and test this monthly range. So, BTC at like 19,775, right in that area. Wouldn't doubt that. But obviously, you got to watch this 1SD. Gotta watch the 1SD right here. We all know 68.3% chance the daily candle does not close above there. That's why I love using these higher time frame distribution levels on the 15-minute chart. Because in reality, I know I'm looking for the daily close. I'm using that probability, right, to gauge what's happening on these lower time frames, where I'm taking profits and stuff. So would the 1SD be a good spot? Sure it would. The only problem is the market's getting ready to open, right? Traditional markets, this thing can just blow right through it, pump right through it. So, yeah, it's just one of those things. The more time you get in on the charts, it starts to get a little easier. But bottom line is what we always talk about. It's pretty easy if you just take your profit. Can always get in another trade, even if it's the same damn move. I mean, that's a powerful thing. When you're having a move, boom, you lock it in, man. Lock in that profit. Sit there. It's only going to make you better too. It's only gonna make you better. No doubt about it. Especially getting these entries, getting these exits. Let's see. And when in reality, when you're using things like this, the exits really are, I mean, statistically, it's the easiest part. We have so many great levels to take profit at, but psychologically, it's the hardest thing for people to do, to literally say, oh, am I up? Oh, maybe I should take that money. For whatever reason, it's really hard for people to want to take their profit. Not saying everybody, but a majority of traders, yeah, because they're being misled. They're not trading volatility correctly. They're trying to swing trade this, get in these big moves, and if it starts going in their direction, they fucking dip into the leverage. They're already leveraged, and then they just start adding on, which is a bad idea. Okay. You got 4 paws. Get the hell out. Everybody out. Bye-bye. They only take so much whining. Okay. Let's see here. So as we're waiting here, what's gold and silver? Oh, gold's actually up $20. It's a miracle. That little silver pump we had, what was the beginning of last week? Or a week before that or whatever? Over in what? Europe, everybody was buying silver. Hey, it's a good idea. You guys should buy silver. Oh, we're gonna pump this thing to the moon. Right back down. On that 18 level. I guess it's a little couple ticks under 19, but Dixie dropping off a little this morning before I went to bed. It was what was that bitch at? Let's see here. Yeah, where were you? Yeah, right here before the day. I think this is about when I turned the charts off. Yeah, it was a little over 113. Jen, it doesn't matter what you're looking at, man. It doesn't matter what you're looking at, for sure, 100%. You got to realize, all these big algos and shit too. What else are they doing? And that's a lot of people don't understand how these markets work. They're like, well, what the hell? Why do all the exchanges dump or pump at the same time, man? It's all arbitrage bots, man. They are just fucking working this market. It's hard for people to understand. Well, is it like some big whale and he's dumping on each exchange? It's like, no, it's these powerful algos, man. You get one exchange, somebody comes on and sells a bunch. Those bots are so fucking fast. Those arbitrage bots. Oh my goodness. It just balances. The entire market just starts moving together. Could you imagine seeing that in real time? Hell, our eyes aren't even fast enough to keep up, but holy crap. Good things. Good stuff. Where did Tesla close the freaking after that little slip they had Friday? Closed right at the top side of the 2SD. Now, of course, pre-market, it's up 5 points. Up at 210. Range. Below its weekly, though. Below its weekly. A bit wider of a range, too. A lot of this volatility last week for Tesla was all down. Very interesting. Had the one pump, but yeah. Let me look at here. Pretty chart. Solana. Up above its weekly. A lot of these cryptos are probably above their weekly, which is always good. But they're sandwiched in between the new weekly and the monthly. Or Solana is. Or whoa. Hold on here. Solana above? Or are we so below Solana's monthly? Wow, we are, man. It's at bottom sides at 33.6. Yeah, this is a little farther away than a lot of the other assets. Solana did have that nice big pump though. Was running those couple days without everything else. Oh shit. It was on the general chat, not stream chat. Oh, thank you. Time to fly. Nice. Yep. MJ on the conference calls. Crown 30. Funny. Oh, nice. Yeah, we'll read that. Going back to the gold standard. Interesting. Going to the gold and silver standard in a digital age. That's what I'm looking at. I'm like, dang, man. What was that one crypto, man, that had gold back in it? Anybody remember what the name of that damn thing is? Can't remember. I think there's a few of them. I remember during the run they were cranking. During the little bull run up to 70K Bitcoin. Yeah. Let's see. I'm telling you, the shadow hand, whoever the hell you want to call, whoever's running this madness of a world, they want crypto. So people are really, I think, got this thing twisted. They want total control over everybody's finances. You're not going to get that with fucking paper dollars, man. So you got those two factions. You got the old fiat scamming freaking system. They're fighting against the people trying to bring crypto in. Crypto's definitely going to end up winning for sure. That's why I just tell everybody, man, just buy Bitcoin. They're trying to make sure people don't. They're just trying to FUD everything up, dump it, whatever. This is definitely when people should be buying, not financial advice. It sure sounded like it though, didn't it? It's for entertainment purposes only. We're all degens here. Let me see. I would definitely be buying down here. If you're investing, right? I'm talking about investing. And I mean, I'm only interested in really holding Solana and Bitcoin, to be honest. Some Cardano. Oh, look at Dogecoin. Meme coin. Back under 6 cents. 24. All right, let's go over here real quick. Let's check out. Let me read that real quick. Lost. Jesus. So they buy 200 call options right after they freaking took what? Almost $1 million loss? Is that what I'm seeing there? Wow. Boy, they are dude, they're so scammy. Yeah. It's definitely a piece of work. They're buying what the heck says 200 Google call options, 20,000 shares. Yeah, there's no conflict of interest. Right? Doesn't matter, even though CEOs of these big fucking tech corporations and shit literally sit in on voting on laws. But there's no conflict of interest. There's no insider trading going on. It's interesting, they bought fucking 200 Google calls. Wow. What are they expecting? Well, they just lost 1 million. Nvidia. Wow. Yeah, they are super scummy. Scummy, scammy folks. Okay, so that was the 4 hour. Man, I bounced all over. I was doing this intraday for the S&P minis. 90-minute actually having an outlier. Variance is kind of flat though. Kind of nice. The volatility is expanding. The 981 was low too. Significantly positively correlated. Obviously, the predictor is still up to the top side. Returns oscillator above the zero mean. And the z-score is down here. In between the 90 and 95% confidence interval. Yep. Been on this 90-minute. Talk about when you get an outlier from above the 99% confidence interval, below to the downside. No brainer. Right? Crazy. That was a nice little move there. Nice little move. Okay. 90, what's this 45 look like? Yeah. Well, the 45 is having an outlier, but obviously z-score we're up at, let's see, what's that baby at? 3.13. So over 3 standard deviations. We know what happens there. I mean, we're talking about 99% confidence intervals. Pretty high. Pretty high indeed. But the volatility, man. Volatility looks good. And this 45-minute closes in 27 minutes. It's almost to that 45-minute 95 for Laplace. 99.7's up there at 36.77. Wow, look at these fissures, man. Interesting. No rhyme or reason with that. that's what you see in the price action too, man. Just a nice little float job. Nice little float job. Brilliant. 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 33. Yeah, all these lower time frames are having outliers, but Z-scores are pretty high. 33 is above its 95.4. And we're sitting up here at 36.72 for the 99.7. All the volatilities, though, are saying this baby's going to continue to move. Okay, there. I was wondering when the lower time frame outlier was going to settle down, but you go right from an outlier on the 15, these 4 15-minute candles, to boom. Now the correlation breaks negative as the variance is coming back down. So probably going to get a float here on this candle, especially if all these fissures looking like this. Contracting volatility on the 15, negatively correlated. Dropping in the trend, but we are at these second and third standard deviation on the entropy down here. Yes, we are. And we know what happens then. We throw deviation levels on everything. Uh-huh. Is there any... No bear divs, though. Okay. Thing actually doesn't look too bad. Do BTC now real quick while we're waiting here. Oh, it's about to open. Yeah, BTC's having that outlier on the daily. Volatility expanding only at a 36. And we're talking, look, I mean, all the volatility, man. The 981, the 2400, all buried on a daily. So this baby's could have something special brewing. Let's get on SPY real quick. Let's see where this new weekly range is. Where are you at, buddy? Okie dokie. Opened up above the daily. Ah, man, what? Wow. God, that weekly's high. Well, that was like a very... Did not think that baby was going to be... Oh, wait a minute. No, what am I talking about? We're right at it. And God, look at this tight daily range. Or I mean, tight weekly. Above the daily 68.3. Who do we got making some noise here? I have to mute. Bandari, you got some background noise, my friend. Let's see. So we got a tight weekly range. Let me get a little. Let me get a mute in. There we go. And if you want to talk, my friend, just type in the stream chat, and we'll unmute you. You just had some background noise, my friend. Let's see here. Definitely, we welcome all. We encourage people to ask questions. But yeah, if we ever hear any background noise, we'll just give you a quick mute, and then all you got to do is just, hey, I got a question. No problemo. So yeah, nice tight weekly range on SPY. So what's going to happen this week? We opened up above it too. I mean, literally just gapped up above the 1 SD. All right. Here's the 95.4 Laplace right here. Daily range, pretty wide though. So what's that telling me? So I'm seeing a wide daily, tight weekly, probably... you pay attention right up here Definitely pay attention at the 1SD, because what else is there? This red dot right here, that is the first resistance level for the weekly volatility range. Yep. And it is inside the monthly, right? Here's the bottom of the monthly at 366. So we'll have to see what these algos are up to. There's and at what point, I mean, the one good thing, this gapped right up through the weekly range. That this thing has been tested. It's set it pretty well too, for if this thing does pull back here, to get a nice bounce down here. Top side of the 68.3 on the daily Laplace level. Yeah, this thing could I'm just looking at this daily range and saying, That's when I immediately start looking at the resistance levels for that daily volatility range. Where are they within the distribution? That's what I want to know. And right now, looks like the R1, let's see here, where are you? Boom. Is right, I mean, literally, the R1 on the daily is right at the bottom of the monthly. And this is a pretty damn big range. I mean, we're talking top side of the daily for today, about 388. About 388. Okay, so since it's open, let's get a new read here. Okay, daily. I like. You can see here on SPY too, right? Getting a nice bounce off the zero mean. Get away. All but one Fisher is up. Entropy going back into randomness. Volatility starting to expand right now on this daily candle. So where's the daily? Yep, there it is. Boom. We already looked at it on the other chart, but yeah, I didn't see where the 99.7's up there at that 382. Okay. Z-score looks good. Z-score is having an outlier right now. And with this bounce off the zero mean, the DLP has definitely been having a nice little reset here. Back to the top side. Okay, what'd the 4 hour do? But this 4 hour Z-score is high. Thing is though, it got up here without literally any outliers at all. I'm surprised this daily or this 4 hour candle didn't shoot an outlier up through here. Had one on the variance. That is for sure. It's above the zero mean though on the 4 hour. First 4 hour candle of the day for SPY. 90 minutes. Variance is up, positively correlated, having an outlier. The RO is at the 2SD band. All the Fishers are up. Volatility is at about an 80 percentile. The 525 anyway. On the positive side, kind of sloping down a little bit. Gonna have to keep an eye on that. Predictor flip though on this first 90-minute candle of the day. Predictors flip, and this 2SD and 3SD band down here on the entropy. If this thing wants to trend, problem is on this 90-minute, literally almost gapped right up to the 99.7 Laplace immediately. We'll have to see how that plays out. 5, strong outlier. All the Fishers are up. Z-score almost back up to the 90% confidence interval. Let's see this variance. Yeah, variance. It's got a lot of room. Very random indeed. So yeah, that difference between the 90 and the 45. The 90 was starting to drop into trend, while the 45 is going into randomness. Expanding volatility, positively correlated. It was a little fickle on the 90, right? You could see the slope changing real time. And boom, we're at the 99.7 Laplace on this 90-minute candle right now. Right here. It's a reason why we use this. I mean, you get to these levels, you get up here to this 99.7 Laplace level, all you gotta do is go back through and just look what happens, right? High probability the move is over. You're gonna go sideways. You might climb more. I'm not saying you can't. right? Got up here outside the 99.7 Laplace, closed almost at it, went sideways for a couple candles, and then just started bumping heads on the 95.4. Finally, enough was enough, right? Dropped it down. This one 45-minute candle just, yeah, bounced in between the 95.4 Laplace level and slowly just walked its way down until pre-market pop. The pre-market pop. No div, no bolt, no bear div. You can see the 45, right? Going into the close last week on SPY. This whole float down, just building bull div. So pre-market, if I'm looking, I should have done this before the market opened, but I would be looking at that right there and going, yeah, pre-market's going to be up. There's no doubt. Pre-market's probably going to go up. This whole float to the downside, returns oscillator was heading to the top. Got back up above the zero mean. Two little nice bounces here. Bull div all the way. And immediately have an outlier. Joy. Yep. P-Funk. See ya. And the 33 looking the same. 33 is looking about the same. All that bull div is a no-brainer. We're going to come into this market open with a little pop. Is it going to be sustainable? I don't know. The Pelosi's just bought 200 Google calls. Let's see what happens. Maybe they know something we don't. Or they just love you losing millions. Oh. Was any of us, we'd be in jail. That's what's so scummy about this country. So corrupt. He's like, we're the best country in the world. I'm like, huh? Yeah, that's what we say. Sure, the most corrupt. You let all those corporate interests, all those fucking snakes get into the government business, man. It's no good. No good at all. I worked for their dumbasses. I know how they roll. Nothing is as it seems. You learn that real fast. Nothing is as it seems. You as well, Yasha. Hope your wife's doing better. Oh no. That's the last thing you want to see. Danny DeVito walking in, putting the rubber glove on. I'm here. Lord help us all. Okay, Bitcoin, what are you doing? You got a beat on SPY. Up, obviously. And I mean, these low time frames, 15 still climbing that Z-score. Had this outlier all the way down through. The more you study this stuff, you'll start to see. You will start to recognize what's happening. You'll start to see this overall picture, right? I mean, everybody that's been watching for a while, you see how I do it, right? I'm taking everything into account. Everything into account. And now, obviously, in real time, it's snappy. For video, I'm slowed down 100x, right? Walking through instead of, I don't have to go, hey, this is doing this, variance is that, volatility is doing that. I'm doing that so everybody's understanding what's happening in the chart, right? But when I'm doing it real time, I'm telling you, man, it's fast. It's real fast. You got to be quick, right? It's like 24, bam, got the read. 4 hour, bam, right? 90. You're just buzzing through. Especially if you're a trader, Bitcoin, SPY, yeah, it's not the only thing you're trading. You're looking at correlation charts. You're looking at all kinds of stuff. You're checking Twitter to see what the Pelosi's are doing. Wrong. Counter trade them. But yeah, so it's quick. Oof. Man, oh man. This 9-minute chart. There's just no bear divs though, which is always nice. All the fishers up. All these low time frame charts are like, let's go. This thing's going to move. So then when I see all that, then boom, I know the reads, right? I know the intraday read I'm getting, where I'm going to put my risk at. Where's the risk? Okay. Well, top side, scalps for me today on SPY. If I counter trade that because of a rejection off of one SD or monthly volatility range or something, I'm just taking risk off. It's not like I'm sitting out. That's what a lot of people, yeah, man. If you're freaking trading the intraday, you're not sitting on your hands, man. It's your job. This is what you do. You're getting in every damn move possible. And these charts make it possible. We all know that. While all these YouTube jimmies out there, man, are just misleading people. Hey, is it fun to play traditional TA, draw on charts, have a little coloring book session with all your buddies? Sure. Why not? It's worthless though, man. It is absolutely worthless. And we're not knocking people for using it. We're knocking people that are using it, losing money, and not recognizing there's a better way. Is a better way. And that better way, you're not going to find a lot of people talking about it. You think these big hedge funds and shit are out here literally telling retail traders, hey, this is how we do it. You guys should look into volatility. You guys should look into entropy. You guys should look into the distribution because that's our algos. They're strictly running on all that. Anybody out there that thinks these big firm algorithms are running on traditional TA, moving averages, whatever, Fibonacci levels, for crying out loud, man, wake it up. Time to wake up, boys and girls. It's just not happening. They're using that to manipulate people. They're running the distribution. They got everybody else running goofy ass EMAs and SMAs and fib levels, which is crazy. I'm big on Fibonacci, but not in trading, right? Not in trading. It's all math. But yeah, the fib levels, show me a fib level. I'll show you a distribution level. When you get those perfect moves into like the golden pocket and shit of that nature, dude, it's daily, weekly, monthly volatility ranges, or daily, weekly, or monthly distribution levels. That's why it doesn't always work. Well, yeah, the distribution levels weren't there. I mean, show me a wick on any time frame, I'll show you why. That's what I try to tell people. What do you want? Proof this stuff works? Give me a time frame. Show me a candle, right? On your charts. You're like, oh, this rando wick. Have all your EMAs and all your whatnot up. Well, this wick went to no man's land. No, it didn't. Here, let me pull my chart up. Yeah. There we go. Nice. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Capital's not in trading. For sure. 100%. Yeah. Yep. 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 Funny. Okay. So, here are you, you little booger. So, Spy ran this thing up. Look, got a wick. Got a wick. To where? The 95 for Laplace daily level. Right? The 95 for Laplace daily level. Which we go over here. Populate, my friend. You little Laplace deviation bands. There it is. Bam. Wick right to it. So, if you're watching for the first time, listening for the first time, you don't understand what that means. That's a 95.4% chance. This daily candle does not close above that level. So now we're working probabilities. But we know how these assets have been acting lately, right? I mean, the traditional markets are fucking just lump them all together, man. Volatility. You remember, even as just a couple years ago, the volatility was in crypto. And that's what dragged all of these big players into the market. Because it's like if you've got a big firm, you're running these big algos, are you just fucking just trading everything. You're following the volatility. They don't give a shit if it's in metal or Forex or crypto or SPY or wherever it's at. They're trading it. And so when all that volatility was in the crypto market and not in traditional markets, I dragged in a lot of big players and they're here to stay, man. And it literally, in my opinion, transformed the in fucking all the markets. Look at the volatility in traditional markets now. So you can't even tell a shitcoin chart against Tesla or anything, and they all look alike. It's insanity. It is pretty crazy. All right. So yeah, on that daily, man. Wow. Good stuff. And our time went fast, didn't it? We got about 10 more minutes. Let's see here. So this is what I'm looking for. So you already know SPY literally just tested in 95 for Laplace. The weekly's been tested, right? Literally pre-market, gapped up through both of these volatility ranges. This data set does not need to come down here, right? But we know it's all buying and selling. It's all massive algos moving this market, just ripping everybody's butt. So we'll see. This would be a great place for a bounce, though, if it does pull back. A few points down here. Right at the 1 SD, top of the daily range. And if it doesn't continue here, that could definitely get this up to the 2 SD. And then you're talking, you would be literally above last week's weekly top of range, which these things do come into play. Let's see. But right now, that's the bottom of the monthly right here. That is the bottom of the monthly. And so it could bounce from here. If it gets comfortable up here, especially above this 95.4, this is a magnet right here. 375 area, magnet for sure. It's right below the third standard deviation on the daily, though. So this would be, if this data set rises, this is a point of contention right here, man. Would I be taking profit? Hell yes. Already. If I was in pre-market, man, dude, I'm front running the 95 for Laplace on the daily. Look right there. That is the 4-hour 2SD. No brainer. You got the 4-hour 2SD and you got the daily 95 for Laplace. Both 95.4% levels. But we know volatility will dictate where this thing moves in the distribution. This is the biggest thing people don't realize. We talk about the markets being random. They are, but what is moving? What's moving these data sets around in a random market? Right? It's a volatility. Volatility. The standard deviation of returns is volatility. The quicker people figure that out, the better off they're going to be. I don't care if you're trading bubblegum or fucking Bitcoin, man. It's going to come into play. Why would you not want to be on the right side of the trades of these big algos? They're like, well, wait a minute. They're trading super fast. They're down. Hell, there's some of these things are trading a fucking 1 second chart. It's insanity. But it's like, hey, man, we've said a million times, I will never be able to trade as fast as these algos. But what I can do is recognize what they're thinking, jump on their coattails, and clean up their crumbs because they're messy bastards. They're hogs. They love to eat, right? They're just crumbs everywhere. And those crumbs are worth hundreds of millions of dollars. Hundreds of millions. It's incredible. I want some of that. Today's a day too. I'm opening up several accounts. My TD Ameritrade, my Tasty Works, and Evolve. I want Evolve. Evolve's got 4x. I like the 4x on Evolve. And that's another thing of people, it's a good place to start trading volatility. Everything's like just slowed down and the moves are sustained. Forex is that, I mean, oh my God, these tools turn Forex into a profit making machine, but I just don't have the patience, man. I don't have the patience because that is something you can get in extended moves on. And now, is that news driven? Yeah, yeah, currencies and shit, no doubt, no doubt. So yeah, we got a little doji cooking here on this 15-minute. But like we showed down here, I'm going to go back to Bitcoin. Hmm. This Z score is going to want to go to the top side. I don't think the move's over. We're taking a little break here, though, right? Especially where that data set is at the moment. The returns oscillator is coming back down right now. This would be a perfect place for another bounce. But you can see, right? Yeah, returns oscillator is heading down. Look at the correlation candle. Negatively correlate. There's no correlation there. Especially look at the fishers. The fishers are up. And it was like, and this got added to my chart not too long ago. It's been on here for a while. Not too long ago to me, it was like, what, fucking year? Time flies, man. It's insanity how fast time flies. I mean, I just had my 50th birthday, it seemed like. Boom, I had my 53rd yesterday. It's like, what the hell? Where'd these 3 years go? Super fast. And it was right around this time last year, if everybody remembers, is when I definitely stopped trading. A lot of different reasons. A lot of different reasons. A little bit of a burnout. Anybody that trades knows. Can you imagine you're out here trading every day trying to use traditional TA? How burned out you get? We got the best tools in the market to use, and you can still. It's just mentally exhausting. When you trade the way we trade, it's mentally exhausting. That's why I want to be able to trade options too. I can go back and forth. Futures trading, man, it's fucking boom, 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 boom. I want to get back into the options. It's a no-brainer. It's a no-brainer. What can we look at here? VIX going down. Me and P-Funk were talking about that. It's like, they are messing with people. They're just hovering right around 31, going up to like 32, 33, pulling back down to 30, where I believe there's never been a bear market end without that VIX shooting at like a 40, 45. Right? Big capitulation wick. Wham! We're done. Like after the scamdemic dump, right? Which is nothing more than a transfer of wealth. Everybody's like, oh, fucking pandemic, we're all going to die. Yeah, what are they saying now? It was all a bunch of bullshit, you guys. My God. Transfer of wealth. I'm not saying there wasn't a fucking a virus. Obviously, there was. I caught it. Fuck, I thought I was going to die. But just the timing and everything they did with these markets, it's horrible. It is horrible. Now everybody's starting to figure it out. Oh, shit. That's why I can tell you, hey, best way to get back at it, buy some Bitcoin. They do not want you buying Bitcoin. They're not going to come out and say, hey, don't buy Bitcoin, but they are definitely trying. They're trying to scare the shit out of people to sell all their Bitcoin. No, thank you. We will sit on it. We will sit on it. Sodas, let's see. Yeah, not too big of a crew. It's Monday, though. Anybody have any questions? Yeah, I know MJ's busy. Kinokaze, good to see you in here. That's what we're here for. It's why we opened up this Discord so people can just get a little insight into what we do, right? You don't have anything to do at the market open, come watch our live stream in freaking Discord. That will be YouTube live streams at some point here. With winter coming, I got some shit to do, but yeah, I've got to download OBS on this new iMac and get this going, so we can start getting some More people like P-Funk, market makers, man. People that are watching these morning shows. And I don't care which one you're watching. Go watch one. Are they, dude, my goodness. Woo! We'll be a breath of fresh air, there's no doubt. It's just a clown show most of the time. I mean, we joke around and stuff, but we get into the meat and potatoes of the stuff that really makes a difference in these markets. The VEPs, volatility, entropy, probability, and statistics. What are you showing? Nice. Oh Lord. Yeah, that being said, we got to keep an eye on this today. Let me go bid Bitcoin one more time. Having this nice little pullback that's probably, I mean, you get this in the returns oscillator read is definitely negatively correlated, but you can see it definitely, this candle right here, it's either none or getting ready to flip. Nope, nope. It's telling you don't trust that read. Entropy's going back into randomness, but at the same time, look at the bands. And this thing's got room to run a nice trend on this 15-minute. Back up. All the fissures are down though on the 15, but there's no bear div. There's no bear div. Long term, short term, anything. But then when I look at all that, I'm going to check these fissures, man. I'm going to check these fissures because they make a difference. They really help with the returns oscillator read and stuff, the correlation you're seeing. Good stuff. Love it. All that being said, let's get back at it tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. Throughout the day, check these markets, see what's going on with them, and yeah, good stuff. Good stuff. But obviously, did exactly what I thought it was going to do pre-market, especially SPY. And then you look what Bitcoin did, throughout the night. It's kind of a no-brainer. You look at how everything closed on SPY. It's like, yeah, pre-market, this thing's going to be up for sure. And that helps be able to get those reads for like intraday options and stuff. Good stuff. We love it. Okay, thanks everybody for being here. We'll see you tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. Later.